everybody? Welcome back to episode 12. We're banging and banging with Gangrel Kid Cadet and maybe possibly the Godfather. I don't know. But, woo, man. Obviously, this is Friday the 13th episode, and the fog, smoke, the mysterious ambiance that's going on, but or just. I would like to say we have the Godfather on, but we don't. But maybe someday in the future we will. I'm going to have to reach out to him but I imagine if he was in the studios, it would look a lot like this. So, like...
I can't see, like...
I traveled with... How are you? I was going to tell... Well, I traveled with Godfather once. And once. And for one, he rolled in late. And I can't be late. He can be late, but I can't be late. But two, I was so paranoid after riding with him because, like, everybody... The Godfather was Godfather. He could smell like weed, but I didn't want to smell like weed. And the first person I run into when I get out of his car and I walk into the building late was Vince McMahon. And I was so paranoid. I don't smoke, but I guess what they call hotboxed or something.
Oh, yeah,
like when you're in a car. And so I was so paranoid when I got out of there and so freaked out. And the first person to see is Vince McMahon. And I'm like, I'm going to get fired. I don't even smoke. But I don't know how I got sidetracked. But how are you, Kid Cadet? I cut you off and then...
No, it's okay.
Right.
I'm great. And before I give you your gift, let's show off...
I got a gift?
I have a gift for you. Let's show off some of your new merch as modeled by...
Can you see the merch, people? Everybody?
Squatchzilla and Little Gangrel. Okay, so this one you can't really see as well. Squatchula. He's wearing one of the designs.
He's got the splatter one, like when you hack a bad lung up, or bloodbath or whatever. But he likes it. He doesn't quite have the shoulders as the little girl over there to fill it up.
He got the shoulders.
Cool, but it's there, and then got the I don't know if you can see this one, Gangrel, boom, and then you got the want some, get some,
and then I tucked in the bed.
So this is all what FNB.
Gangrel.com.
Gangrel, I had it right. FNBgangrel.com, so you can check that out. So we're going to get some different pictures up and links and stuff like that. So if you're in the need for some vampire stuff or swag or Gangrel or just want to support the show or anything else or ourselves, just check it out. FNBgangrel.com. FNBgangrel.com.
Yay.
That sounds like you're cussing me out. FNBgangrel. FNBgangrel.com. What's up, man?
It's a new curse word.
But, oh, you put him naked. Now he's vulnerable. But he's got his white puffy.
It was a little large.
Okay.
But I have a gift for you. Right. And I'm so excited about this because this has been weeks in the making.
See over here. Don't go nowhere. Squatchula. All right, Squatchula.
Okay. Right. So I have a version that we're going to put in the studio, and then I have one for you to take home. Okay? So I got...
over there?
So,
Friday the 13th.
One of my good friends, she goes by Catnip Art. I got this...
Catnip,
yes. Her name is Cat, so she went by Catnip.
Okay.
So I got this custom-made piece for us of me, you, and Squatchula.
Very, very cool. Oh, he's got these palm in my head, like Giant Gonzalez did me.
So cute?
Well, yeah.
She did, and this one's for you to take home.
Oh, you look very cool. Oh, I get my own once for sure. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. Did she sign it? Yes, down in the bottom right.
Yes.
Tremendous. Yeah.
Isn't it so cute? Yeah. I've been like, so this has taken a couple weeks because she's like, what do you want exactly? And I was like, and then she had asked me, she's like, why the Bigfoot? And I was like, watch the episodes. Just.
You never have enough Bigfoot in your life.
So now, Raymond, where can we hang it?
Skunk ape, whatever you want to call them, but tremendous.
We can put it anywhere. I'm thinking, right there.
All right, so maybe right there. Yeah, maybe. That's a good spot.
What do you think?
Right there.
Okay.
But I'm going to set it down here, Raymond. Do not kick this later. Thank you.
Of course.
But I did find something. I was going through some stuff, and I thought, I don't know. You look like a person that might wear pens and stuff.
I do.
And but not that there's enough of myself going around. But there's only a few of these, and there's a couple left. But I found one. It's actually a Gangrel pen with you see the little Gangrel.
No,
pen on
I can have it.
It's the purple pants one too. Yeah, so it's dope. I like it, but there you go.
Thank you. Oh my god, thank you. Oh my god, this is everything. Zoom in. There it is. I don't know what camera.
Yeah.
Oh my god, thank you. I love this so much.
All right.
What a good day.
It's like Christmas. Friday 13th. It's Christmas. It's the new Christmas.
Hanukkah,
Friday 13th and Hanukkah. Yeah, right.
Whatever.
Do we get like 13 days of Hanukkah if it's the 13th?
I don't know, but we can start our own holiday. 13 days of presents. I mean, no, I thank you so much, and I really appreciate it. I have my I Heart Bigfoot pin that I bring with me everywhere. So
what, like Festivus?
Festivus, do you have any grievances you'd like to air?
Grievances, Raymond. No. Actually, Raymond. I could grievous, but I'm not going to heal on any local doctors in the area trying to take advantage of me. But won't call out any Russians because I don't want the Russian mobs after me or anything.
Nobody
does.
Nobody
You're gonna die. She didn't have that quite of a Russian accent, but it was Russian. Like,
not about Russian accent.
Well, I went to go, like, I figured, like, I just talk about it a little bit. So, I'm 52, so I'm feeling older. And, like I've always joked a lot about microphones, needles, and ladders kept me to middle management. So, been feeling tired and stuff, so I thought, they have this, like, natural pellet thing. Go down there, they insert it in, like, your little fatty area, and it releases natural hormones, and it helps balance out stuff you might, from over the years of maybe like my drug abuse and, me having fun throughout my life, which isn't so much fun now, and I realize it later. But it was a good time. I had a good time.
You had fun at the time.
I'm going to own up to it. I had a damn good time. I've had a great flipping life, to be honest. I do not regret anything. I'm sorry to some people for some of the stuff I've done, but all in all, I don't regret my life at all. And where I sit right now, I'm happiest I've ever been. But I'm tired a lot, so I thought, let me go down there and see if there's a natural alternative to something. But it turns out I just really need some sleep, more sleep, because
you need a nap.
I don't sleep a lot. I'm running 7 days a week, which that's what keeps me sane and off all that crazy life of drugs and stuff like that. Because I just found substitute work and stuff you love, like wrestling, instead of doing that, because they always say, you're still chasing the high, blah, 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 blah. So just keep chasing what you love. Keep chasing wrestling, or find a different area in wrestling, or podcasts now, or different things. So I consume my life busy, but I was looking for a little energy, and I wanted to go a natural way about it, so I go down there. But it turned out to be, more of a flipping scam or something, telling me I have zero balance is in my brain. I have no chemicals in my brain but testosterone. That's it. And I'm gonna die. I'm gonna lay down and my heart's gonna stop. But and then but they told me insurance covered it when I went to leave. They were like, that'd be $350. I'm like, $350 for what? That 30 minutes you just told me I was gonna die in?
What a scam.
But I paid it and left, and then my girl looked up my lovely fiance Susan. She looked up everything, so I'm gonna order the vitamins I need online, and I'm not gonna sweat all that. It was just a giant upsell thing. So that was my day yesterday, though. I don't even know how I got on that. How did we even get on?
I don't know, but like
you're supposed to keep me focused, kicking there.
I have no focus either.
I'm coming in on 5 hours of sleep, so I'm feeling pretty good today.
Oh, that's
why I'm up, booming,
like
rocking and rolling. And plus is the Friday 13 episode.
I know.
I'm like super stoked about that.
And Raymond's like, okay, we got to talk all things horror and
spooky. I am a horror show. Just look at my life.
and I feel like we're only like,
what, it's a beautiful disaster.
80-something days from Halloween. We're getting close. We're in pumpkin spice season, folks.
So now you mentioned 2 days that I've been married on. Friday the 13th and Halloween. So number 3 is going to be 222. Completely opposite. It's going to sound like an IHOP order. 222. Or one of the specials at Lester's in Florida down here. If you know Lester's. Yeah, I'll have the 22222. Yeah. Give me the 22222. I'm definitely, now, you know what, Susan? 22222. We're gonna go order that somewhere. We're gonna get 2 pancakes, 2 sausages. You're gonna have to get vegan pancakes or something. When I was in LA, I ate some vegan food and then got on a plane. What a mistake that was. Yeah, don't go all out vegan for the first time and get on a plane 3 hours later.
How was LA? But before we started, and I think it does tie in with the spookiness. You went to Rainbow Room and you sat underneath a picture.
Alice Cooper. Yeah, I sat Alice Cooper for you. So
spooky.
Yeah. The Rainbow, I don't know if it's spooky or not, but I mean, what's eerie to me is when, like, so my boy Joey, he started back working at the door at the Viper Room. So when I was walking by, our first hotel that night was just down the street from the Viper Room. So when you walk by, you go, oh man, that's where right there, that sidewalk, that exact spot's where River Phoenix died. Like so like I feel that there's a lot of Hollywood ghosts floating around a lot of places. I never personally seen anything in the Rainbow Room, but it is an amazing place. You know, first when you walk in, we've done it a little bit since I've been there, so they have more outside stuff, and they closed it off where you can't go and park in that parking lot, so you got to park around the Roxy, which is another cool venue, the Roxy. So you come in, but it's still to see the spot where Lemmy sits, and I'm like, oh man, that was Lemmy's spot. And I see somebody sitting over there, I'm like, man, they can't be sitting in that spot.
That's Lemmy's spot.
Then I went in, and then I think of Anna a lot because she's a huge Motley Crue fan, so much that she has the Motley Crue tattoo, right? She loves Motley Crue, and I go, oh well, there's the table they filmed Dirt. They would hold court, all the rock stars and stuff would sit at that table. Different people would rotate in and out of that table all night long when I would come in there when I was living there. You would always see somebody in the Roxy. But we went right when we got off the plane in the middle of the afternoon, so it was quiet. Got a nice lunch and sat under Alice Cooper there. And all was good, man. The food was great and still a good vibe. We were the only ones in there in the afternoon, but it was awesome. It was awesome. Yeah.
How was your commercial?
Commercial was good. It was for Trojan Collectibles. It's not a commercial like to be on TV, but it'll be like internet and stuff like that. But it was really cool. It's all majority of it, 80% of it was green screen. So it's a good concept. I don't know if I'm not gonna tell the commercial just because I don't know if they want it out there or not. I know they didn't want some things out there at the end of it, but it did it with some of the local wrestlers, my boys, like dudes, my friends and stuff. So and it was really really cool. So we were also shot some of it in the Nickelodeon warehouse too. So it was cool. I should have took Susan on tour Nickelodeon because I got a friend Patrick Garney. He works there. He's like up in there. He's in deep in Nickelodeon, and he got me tickets to a Dodger game too, man. Oh, they were awesome. On the field, like right there, field seats. It was tremendous. It was a great trip, yeah. Okay. But the commercial was good. We shot it. It was green screen, some fight scenes. It was kind of, I can give you the gist of the commercial. I'm kind of like this I'm a heel in it, like I'm a vampire looking down off his castle and everything. So it's really cool because it's green screen and how they got to do it. So it's different though because you got to imagine where you're standing. You're trying to put yourself with that expression and stuff in there. So like give actors a lot of credit to go in there when it's all green screen because like these you feel like you're in just giant green room, so it feels kind of like super weird, and you got to come up with the emotion. So you got to draw in your mind to like what you're picturing. Like, so I'm looking down kind of out of my castle, kind of on top of a mountain down at this village, and I don't know what the idea of it was. Is I'd come down and plunder the village, kill people like I don't know once a month or something.
For a toy?
Yeah, Toy Story. Yeah, so I'd come down and. This is Berto Blanco, man. Berto, he went to like USC or something. He went to film school, this and that. But it turns out his niche in life is to own toy store collectibles and stuff. Like, go figure the world. You get all the schooling to be a director or film producer, whatever he went for. But it turned out it helped him when he went to do the commercial. So
that's good.
So yeah. So you look down and you're gonna come down for this toys collectible place, and I'm gonna kill the villagers and
okay.
But they decided to stand up. So like there was a Viking and a ninja or something, and so on and so on. So I did these fight scenes with all of them. So I spent most of the day doing the green screen, and then in the afternoon, a couple hours of Nickelodeon where I set the commercial up, where I kind of come in and they're pitching something to me, and I'm like, who are you guys? How did you get my contact? What the heck's going on? But then they visual this whole scene. He's like pitching it to me, and I basically at the end of it go, this sucks, dude. I heel on their commercial, his ideas, but then I put them over, some things. So that's the gist of it without giving it all away. But it was super cool. But I've done stuff in acting and a lot of things out in LA, but I can tell you this was the first time that I actually had fun. And because now I see why people like Adam Sandler or different people keep like their guys, they're always in the same movies because it's so much more fun with people, in a relaxed atmosphere when you could joke and, I think as we're sitting there and we're trying to do dialogue and they're talking them through stuff, I'm mumbling under my breath, I'm going to cut your nipples off and fry it like bologna and eat it for breakfast under my breath. And they're trying to hold the face. But no, I'm mumbling this as they're like trying to get facial shots of, Hillbilly it was. He's like laughing, he's breaking character. So, but me, I'm perfectly fine, but that's just me doing the same thing I do for a wrestling match at 52 years old when I go out. I got to psych myself and believe that I'm this villainous guy that have this look on my face other than my bad knee and the grizzle pain. Like, what do you mean one more take? Like, I did it right the first time. But in Hollywood, as you know, there's at least 5 minimum this direction, 5 this, 5 wide, 5 facials, 5 from the other side, so they covered ground. So I can't wait to see it edited, but it was fun. Thank you for asking. It was a great experience. The rainbow was great. Susan's first time in LA, so
we're getting more smoke. Oh man, here we go.
Godfather's back.
He told me he smoked out of an apparatus that looked like a train.
Oh,
of course he did.
Whole train, baby.
Yeah, it's so funny, but
pimping ain't easy.
Oh, train.
Yeah.
Okay, so
he's a big man. You get hit with a whole train. I'm not talking about in the rear end or anything. I got splashed in the corner. That's a big man running at you. I don't want people to realize how big the Godfather is. But speaking of, all right, you know what? I know we're getting away, but
what?
His fate, The Godfather was over, and people love it, and Pimpin' Ain't Easy went around the world and all that. Papa Shango is he's had multiple characters, but for Friday the 13th, Papa Shango with the skulls and that, that was really good. You ever talk to him about his Papa Shango?
Yeah, we did, and he had mentioned that Papa Shango was actually going to get a second run, and it never ended up happening.
And he became Kama or something.
I don't remember what he said the reason was, but I know the role was very controversial. I mean, so was Godfather. He had
I think Godfather would be more controversial than Papa Shango. What?
Because I think it's a voodoo
Well, yeah, black magic voodoo, but it is sports entertainment, right? And Mickey Rourke, Angel Heart, is that controversial? Lisa Bonet and the chicken blood, and I'm
Yeah, I don't know. But I love a little controversy.
Yeah, I think characters is what's interesting in wrestling and what's missing in wrestling. A lot of character work and different things, and not cinematography, but good vignettes, that lead up to somebody's debut and stuff like that.
Well, someone I'm really enjoying, and I think he kind of fits in the whole spooky realm, is now Mordecai Black. I hope I'm saying his name right. In AEW, formerly Aleister Black. One of my favorite entrances was when he came up in the coffin.
Mordecai or Malachi?
Is it Malachi or
Malachi? Malachi, because I always relate to since being this Friday the 13th, Children of the Corn. So at the end of Children of the Corn, when the red hair guy gets sucked under and the heels Malachi, right? He goes back, Malachi, he wants you to, or something. They drag him in. Love the Children of the Corn.
Oh yeah, that is a terrifying. Is that one of your favorites?
It's up there because I don't remember that line because that same creepy redheaded dude. I don't know his name. I call him creepy, but no disrespect. His characters are creepy. He's probably a really good looking redheaded dude. But he was in The Burbs too. He was the kid in The Burbs taking the trash out and stuff. Next, you ever see The Burbs?
I have.
Tom Hanks, yeah, yeah. So he's in a bunch. He always gets put in these weird, creepy roles. But yeah. But I don't know. That just always stuck on me. Malachi, he wants you to it's So I don't know. But Malachi Black,
yeah. I mean, I think that was...
So when he was Alex... What was it? Aleister Black and...
yeah, Aleister, and then he was Tommy...
Yeah, he's... I love his strikes. He's a good striker, in wrestling. I like watching his strikes and stuff like that. I thought his strikes were really well. He had height, he moved crisp and all that. But I haven't seen any of his AEW stuff yet. So what are they doing, vignettes? Or
No, he's wrestling.
He's wrestling?
I when...
Cody.
Yeah. See, you know what? Sometimes I think they rush things. They could... they got the I know we're supposed to talk horror stuff, but sometimes I feel like they rush it. I think I would have just vignetted it and built this guy. You got to build a main superstar. You can't have granted they want to have 30 stars on a roster, but you need superstars. To me, the Undertaker stands out, right? We're speaking of Friday 13th and
right.
Dark Curry. Undertaker, you build these things.
The problem is before he switched to AEW, the only thing they were doing with him was vignettes at WWE for months, and because he was getting ready to debut a new character, and so that's why I think for AEW they're just here you go. Because they had been building it up in WWE.
Yeah, but business is business. I mean, I don't know. I want to get my bang for the buck. I wouldn't just want to go for the money shot right out the gate and stuff like that. I still want to. I don't know. I'm not a booker, but I would build. I believe in building a star, big as somebody, and having 3 or 4 big stars, and then everybody's the support cast. But they all have their own storylines, and a lot like the Attitude Era, So, but that's just me. But carry on. And I think my friend, for some reason. I believe a buddy of mine might have married him. Dave Hero. Do you know Dave Hero?
No, him and Zelina.
Yeah,
maybe,
married
them.
Yeah, I think so. I think he did their wedding. I could be wrong.
That's cool.
I could be wrong, but I think he did because he's always pushing them to me. He's like, Dave, he's so great. I go, yeah, no, I think he is. You know, no, you don't realize he's really great. I go, is he a devil worshiper? He goes, oh, no, I don't think so. He gets quiet. I go, you sure?
Well. Another thing, kind of to sidetrack a little bit, and I saw you were talking a little bit more about it on one of your Facebook Live streams, was you mentioned Romania again. So is this like officially a fish? Is this happening?
Yeah, it's happening. I got to go read their, they actually sent me an email that I've been so busy, like, I'm not sure. I think our communications are a little different, like how they write something. Their wording, it's in English and everything, and I'm reading it, but I'm not quite sure what I'm agreeing to and this and this and that.
That's
but no,
important to know.
It's definitely official. Like, but like they sent me a thing for the use of the name and stuff, right? So they sent me a thing saying they're gonna use the name, and am I okay? But there was nowhere to sign, like. To sign the release
they want a blood.
So I'm like, okay,
oath.
do I just send a thumbs up? Yeah, you're good, but like, it's not really legal unless you have me sign something. So I got to write them back and go, I don't see anywhere to sign. But yes, it's gone. I think they're just waiting on me to agree to the name, so they could. I think they're gonna go a different route and try to do a Kickstarter or not I guess a Kickstarter type of crowd funding type of thing, fan funding. But so like T-shirts and. If you do so much, you're going to get T-shirts, this and this. So it's just going to be like a documentary shot in Romania. Like, so I'm going to go to Bram Stoker's castle, this and this and that. And then I'll also do a fan fest over there. So it's going to be like a 3-day whirlwind of just filming, wrestling, fan meet and greets and stuff. So I'm super, super stoked. It's a paid trip to go see Bram Stoker.
I know.
I'm a freaking vampire, man. I get to go to like Romania, Transylvania. I'm going to go to Transylvania.
Well, obviously.
So, the chalice and all.
Obviously, there's like so many iconic vampires throughout history, and Vlad the Impaler, obviously starting out, turning into Dracula.
Bad Vlad. Dude ate his breakfast while people were impaled.
That's not how you do it. That's
that's heavy. But I'm looking really forward to this trip. I try not to oversell it and everything because it's business. Well, they believe it's business, but I don't want. Hopefully, they're probably watching this podcast, so I'll probably expose myself now. Now I'm gonna have to work even extra hard for less. But I'm stoked about it. It's a Romanian wrestling company, Romanian Pro Wrestling, which they have a school and are actually OBW sponsored. They're under the OVW thing. So I think Al's gone over there or something and started that school probably originally, or Liaison did or something. But it's OVW. So looking forward to going over there and also working with, I love wrestling, but teaching's become, I guess, I'd like to say it's more my role in life, but I wrestle every weekend still, but it's become more of my passion. I know that I can't wrestle forever, and it's hard to teach too if you're a hands-on teacher because you do repetitive moves. It's actually harder physically to teach than to wrestle, to be honest. Like, for example, when you're teaching just a headlock takeover from day one, you got to drop to your right hand, right knee so constantly. So if you got 20 new people and you're hands-on and you're teaching that class and you're going through it, and then when they're gone, you got 20 other ones on that same spot, and I'm hands-on. You wear them knees out. That's why I said I'm going to have to go to the ortho next week to talk about maybe getting a knee in December.
Oh, really?
Maybe I'm going to have to cut my bookings. Like, I got bookings the first weekend in December. I might have to just cut it and then ride a knee surgery through Christmas, and come back with a fresh knee and start over and go to Romania.
Happy New Year. New Year.
Go to Romania ready to do some real fanging and banging without that grizzled limp I have. But that might kill my character because that was my swag. that limp was my swag. But
please, you got
that but I'm looking forward to working with guys and seeing where they are. And it's such a far away, to me, it's such a far away place, Romania. Like,
so
it just sounds so far away and stuff. And it's such a small world that, so when I was in LA, and I was doing the commercial for Trojan Collectibles, I signed it, DJ's Universal Comics. Well, the owner of the place is from Romania.
Really?
Yeah. Big dude, too. And he has like a vampire. But he has a great sense of humor. He said, you should come back out and hang out with me. You should be doing stand-up in LA. Because, it's just being me. Not me more so. Because with the cameras around me, I'm always worried about what I say and PC things. Sometimes I worry that some things will be translated the wrong way because it twists my words. You know, some of the stuff I say is just not PC correct. It don't really sound PC, but there's no harm meant, but it could be in the wrong, you know, taking the wrong content. But he's like, oh, you'd be great for LA and stand up. But what was cool was that he was a Romanian guy and he owned a comic store and he's doing really great at it. So it was a really cool store and it was a good trip all in all, except for that vegan food. Not that the vegan food didn't taste bad. Don't get me wrong. I had potato tacos.
Oh, that sounds, I love potato tacos.
But it was, everything was vegan on it, and then I wolfed it down, and I reached over and I ate what left of her taco. This is on the way to the airport. So then I get to LAX, I'm like, oh.
Oh no, that's the worst.
Like,
oh no.
I'm like, my stomach's not vegan friendly. It's chicken friendly.
It sounds like a horror story in itself. Spooky tacos.
Yeah, the spooky tacos. But I survived it. There was no plane incidents, and I slept well for my red-eye flight back home. So,
well, is it okay to talk a little bit more about vampires?
Yes, what vampires we're gonna talk about. So
let's. I guess the question would be, in which film would you say that vampires are best represented? And
Near Dark.
Okay. And in which film would you say that they're the worst represented?
Twilight.
Listen, they sparkle in the sun, dang girl.
They sparkle. That's the problem with that. But I'm a vampire, so I shouldn't have an issue with that. But they had to hide their sparkle. That's how you would know that they're vampires. Maybe that's. But still, I enjoy. Despite what everybody thinks, I enjoyed watching the Twilight series.
Okay.
I did. It's a love story. It's just a love story. And if you're mush and you're sappy a little bit, how do you not like it?
Oh, please. I just made my husband watch it a couple of days ago. It's time you're watching Twilight.
But Near Dark, The Lost Boys, of course. But like you asked me, was it you? Or somebody put a question up to me, Near Dark or The Lost Boys. Oh, it's actually one of my friends. I think we talked about it on here. Childhood friends. His name's Robert. And he put on his thing, Near Dark or The Lost Boys. I was like, oh. And the only reason I went with The Lost Boys, well, two reasons. One is my character is patterned after the cooler, the cooler, hipper vampires, the young kids and motorcycles, leather jackets with chains that jingled, And the other reason I went with Lost Boys over Near Dark is Near Dark had the controversial blood transfusion thing at the end. Did you see Near Dark?
Mm-mm.
The girl, I guess it's supposed to be a kill. It's sort of the same thing like Lost Boys. So he's turning into a vampire. The guy. It's a love story a little bit, they were kick-ass vampires. Now, when they walked into a bar, and it was the same dude. I always get he's one of my favorite guys. Remember Lance?
Oh yeah, the guy that's going to be at the convention.
Hickerson? Yeah, okay. Lance Hickerson. Right. They walk in in a group. Like they got jean jackets. They're just more dusty and like bikery looking, but they're not on bikes. They're right around this like RV with the tinfoil on the windows and everything sprayed. But they like walk in a bar and like it would kick off and it'd be like they got boots on with spurs and they would like boom, kick the spur across the jugular and like hold the glass out and drink the blood and kick everybody's ass. They were like kick-ass, badass vampires in Near Dark. But where they lost me is when the dad was a farmer, a cattle farmer, whatever, and he's trying to save his son, and he gave his son a blood transfusion with the cow blood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's where I was like, is that possible? But people could say is vampires possible, you idiot? But yeah, I believe they are. I would like to think they are. But that's why I always lean with Lost Boys over Near Dark. But Near Dark was some I believe it pretty represented good. Yeah.
Have you ever watched the show What We Do in the Shadows?
No, you asked me that before. A lot of people say, have you seen that? You'll love it.
Oh, you gotta watch it. It's because it's not just vampires; it's also energy vampires.
Well, I know a lot of energy vampires.
Yeah, and so it's just
that
really
one
cool.
for the last 4 years at GWA.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's probably why I've been so tired. I'm slowly rebooting, drained my energy. Such a negative person.
What about a film like Queen of the Damned and the way they represented the
Queen of the Damned? I love Queen of the Damned, and I think that was great how he wanted to break out and be like Bigfoot things are going to be a lot like that when Bigfoot quits wrestling and he goes back to goes back in the woods with the other Bigfoot. He's gonna have that whole issue, like kind of Queen of the Dam, where these other Bigfoots want to kick his ass for exposing Bigfoots out there and bringing them to light. So Queen of the Dam is the same thing. He was a rock star, and I don't know I'm trying to remember, but he was pulling all this attention to him, whether it was to be self-destructive or just to say F you to all the other vampires or all the above. I just didn't give a shit, but Queen of Dam, all that. That's my favorite out of the interviews with the vampires, the Queen of the Dams and all that series. Queen of Dams, that's the best.
Yeah, Anne Rice. What about Are you familiar with Monster Squad?
No.
Did you
Is
ever
that a
get into
cartoon or something?
No. So like Monster Squad is like in the. Have you ever seen it, Raymond? No, it's kind of like in the same vein of like a Goonies, but with all the monsters, except they were initially supposed to have the Universal monsters, and last minute Universal's like, nah, you can't have them.
So this is why you know Universal, Marvel. I don't know this world at all. So
yeah, well, Universal monsters: Wolfman, Dracula, Swamp Thing. Swamp.
I look like the Swamp Thing on most given days.
Yeah, it's an interesting film, and you know if you're really into like the 80s like Goonies type of movie, I recommend it. Yeah, and they just put out a documentary called Wolfman's Got Nards.
Yeah. So the Sloth in Goonies, what's his name?
Sloth. Yeah,
Sloth. When I wake up in the mornings and my hair's all over the place, if you just put a Baby Ruth bar in my hand, I remind you of something. Baby Ruth, you see the hair's all over that big fat head of mine with a pin tie.
Truffle Shuffle. That's a movie.
The Goonies are tremendous though. That movie's overall top to bottom a tremendous movie.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah. Well, the other guy the other day, I was wrestling. I was somewhere and I go, oh, what is that? Is that like Bigfoot and his families? He goes, no, man, it's the Goonies. And it was like it was the Goonies tattoo, but from a distance it kind of looked like, but it was, the Goonies with Sloth and all the kids and stuff. I'm sure he was highly offended. He goes, I get this a lot, but it was cool. He had a Goonies tribute on there and stuff like that.
That is cool.
Yeah. The Godfather has returned.
So what do you remember?
Machines and they ain't easy.
Do you remember like
the Elvira over there now? Elvira.
I love her so much.
You ever done a panel with her?
I have. I
used to be heavily attracted to her when I was younger.
When I put up a picture of me and Cassandra, because it was a panel technically for Cassandra Peterson. She still does the Elvira character, obviously, but she likes to, be Cassandra. And it's such a juxtaposition. First of all, she's gorgeous. Like, she's so stunning. But when I put up my picture with her, I can't even tell you how many people message me and they're like, she was my first crush, or I'm so in love. I mean, she's everything. The Elvira character is so iconic. I mean, there's Elvira, now I'm not gonna remember her name. Vampira? No. Is that her name?
I don't know.
There was another, host.
Like a vampiressa?
Kinda, maybe. Sure.
Vampira. I'm not sure.
And now we have Sven Gulli, who's like another horror host, and of course Joe Bob Briggs.
Man, I am so far out of the loop. I've got to take a little time out from wrestling and start watching a little bit more different things. But you're at all those panels and different things, so it's kind of your world. And
I do a lot of horror conventions, and one of these days we'll have to get you to a horror convention because I think you just have the best time.
I've done a few way back in the day, like the Chiller Thriller.
Oh yeah, those are cool.
Stuff. Those are fun.
So do you remember
Rock and Shock? Is that horror? Is that?
Sure.
It was a rock, but
it
seemed like that's why I saw the Misfits with Danzig and everything. That was good.
That's awesome. Very jealous. But what would you say is like the first horror or scary movie that you remember affecting you, losing sleep over?
Well, it wasn't necessarily horror with people. It was a silly movie that's so horrible when I watched it back later in life. It was because I was a kid, and we had this. They'd send you. My parents would send us to they did one summer they sent me, and that was the last summer I spent. It probably had a lot to do with this movie. Up in the Blue Ridge Mountains, but there was this movie called Grizzly. So I don't know why when I was a kid. I saw it when I was young, and this bear would come and knock a horse's head off. This grizzly bear was killing people, and we saw it at the drive-in theater, I think it was the old Thunderbird back, so it was a drive-in theater. We saw that, so we're sitting outside the playgrounds watching. I'm like, oh, I'm starting to look around, and I don't know why. It's not so much horror. Is that considered horror? The grizzly bear killing people? If it scares you, I don't think that's horror, but it's drama or some suspect. I don't know. Well, what is it? What would that be considered?
Thriller?
Action? But this damn bear terrorizes me to today while I still jump in the dark. So they sent me to Georgia this one summer, and they're like, oh, you got to go take the stuff out to the barn. It's 9 p.m, and it's in the mountains. And I'm like, oh, hell no.
Not doing that.
They said, you got to do that. You're not going to eat tomorrow. Or something. My grandma was really mean. She's best in peace, but she was mean. And you had to go in the garden, and we were little kids, 9, 10, 11 and stuff. You had to pull weeds and this. You had to work like a 6-7 hour shift to even get like dinner that night, or she wouldn't feed you. Like rest in peace. But that's on my mom's side, and I think that's where my mom got her mean streak from. but I love my mom, but the real reason I threw a protest about all the work. But that wasn't what it was. It was like, I didn't want to be up there in the damn woods. And like,
that stays with you.
Because they would always send you out at night. So work didn't bother me. Like, it was like, whatever. I could pass time doing anything. Like, I'll make fun of it. I'll sing or fantasize about being a rock star or something out there pulling bugs off plant leaves or something, tomato leaves, So that really wasn't it. It was the fact that I didn't want to had to be sent out there in the dark in the woods. And the other thing, too, staying there is they didn't have a bathroom inside. So you had to bathe in the creek or a tub with water, like they were outside. So and it was freaking cold, even in the summer in the mountains. It was cold. That creek water was cold, and you had to crap in an outhouse. There was no like the hell with that. Later on, they had some stuff, but like I was already done staying there by then. I went to South Georgia. I'd rather crop tobacco and just work my ass off to deal with that thinking about that bear or taking a shower or a bath in the creek or something like that. But yeah, so Grizzly, I don't know if that was a horror movie, but it affected me. Well, horror, what you would consider horror, did any of them affect me? I don't know if they affected me because I quite enjoyed like all the I'm trying to think, the Friday the 13th, Do
you have a favorite? Or that's kind of hard.
Well, the Halloweens. I really like Halloweens. But I actually enjoyed Rob Zombie's the one remake of the one Halloween. Where they gave you a little bit in depth to Michael and Myers as a kid and stuff like that. But so both those original, that one and Rob Zombie's, the Halloween and that Halloween, they stand out. Of course, Near Dark. I like Near Dark, the vampire. Near Dark, Lost Boys. I don't even know if I consider that horror, but it is. It's horror.
So let's say we have Freddy Krueger. We have Michael Myers.
Johnny Depp was in the first
and
one.
We have, yes, he was.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Freddy, Michael Myers, and Jason Voorhees. Who wins in the ultimate?
They've already told you that, right? When they did Freddy versus Jason and all that.
Okay, but we're also adding in Michael Myers.
Right, but Michael Myers is just an extension of Jason. So,
you really think so? He's a supernatural being.
Wait, was he?
I mean, well, yeah.
He was just driven by the devil. No, he's just evil itself, as they said. He's just evil. He's pretty evil, period.
Yeah, I mean, he's just not. He doesn't die. I mean, he's just.
All right. So, yeah, but did Jason die? He kept coming back. Did he die? I mean, he died as a kid, but he came back. It was the mom, and then did Jason? Where did he come back from? So he's supernatural too. No?
Yeah.
But Freddy, and then they pointed out, and I guess he's in your head, right? Mm-hmm. So psychologically, it comes to you in your dreams and your head, like so. Yeah.
Do you think Freddy wins?
Yeah, Freddy did win. I think Freddy does win. As much as Freddy was a little pervert, right, with little kids and shit like that down in the ballroom, and they probably deserved what he got. But maybe, I don't know. Did he?
What did he deserve? What he got?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to remember if in the original one
it was an actual fact. He was messing with little kids, right?
I remember that being more in the remake is when they
were in high school, so maybe they were 15. Maybe.
Yeah.
No. Why they killed Freddy originally? Why he was burnt in the boiler?
Oh, I think so.
In the building.
Yeah, it was petty for like yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my memory's bad, but I think he was baby touching and shit. Like.
Okay, don't do that. That's not cool, Freddy.
Yeah. No, Freddy was like Freddy was like had a little dark history to why he became the Freddy. And he was burnt and they burned him.
So I remember that more from like the remake that they did with Jackie Earle. I'd have to go back and rewind.
I have a hot spot on my brain. Apparently, according to this doctor, I have no chemicals on my brain that can make me think. So, so I can't remember shit, dog. So now I got like a medical excuse too, for real.
There you go. Well, Alice Cooper was in one of the Freddy movies.
Which one?
He was in Nightmare. I think it was 4.
Johnny Depp was in the first one, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was in his bed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that movie terrified me, but you know what really got me was Child's Play.
That one did mess with me, Chucky. And for today's, I'm sorry, little people, but like, if you even have red hair, do you remind me of that? Like that freaks me to flip out. So don't come with the Good Boys, whatever, Playtime chart, whatever the heck he was wearing. Oh my goodness, how do I know?
He
has his little logo on his overalls.
I can remember this. I feel like I should remember this.
Yeah.
Good guy.
Good guy. Good time, good guy or something. But whatever, it's orangish or white, and then he had the over. Yeah, no, Chucky did bother me, and then, but because I'm I did like. I like Jennifer Tilly, and I love her voice, so she's in the Bride of Chucky. Like,
oh my gosh,
so I wasn't so scared anymore when she was like Jennifer Tilly got involved. I was like, oh, Chucky.
Yeah.
Good guys.
Good guys. Yeah, good guys.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah.
Close enough. We got there.
And
have you seen? I want to say it's a newer horror film, Trick or Treat.
No, maybe not. No.
David, have you seen it?
I don't watch the movie.
You gonna pull my vampire card and try?
Not at all, because it's so. I feel like you would know it if you saw it, because one of the main characters, his name is Sam. He has like a burlap sack for a head, and he like holds this like lollipop that's in the shape of like a crescent moon, but it's also You have to see this movie. It is phenomenal.
Oh, now when you got me thinking back about movies that bothered me as a kid, though,
Well,
I'll have to check it out. Trick or Treat, I will.
Yeah.
Motel Hell.
Motel Hell.
It was like Motel Hell, Hello, but the old light was burnt out. It was Motel Hell. So
okay, I like
what
that.
they did was they would keep people like crops in the back, buried, just head up, and they had their tongues cut out, and they had the burlap sacks on their head.
Oh,
like,
cute.
And they would like cook them up and feed them to the whole town. They had like this best
Motel
sausage.
Hell. Okay, I'm into
Hell.
it. Do you remember Village of the Damned? Like where everyone looked like us with the super blonde hair.
No, not that M. Night
It was
Shyamalan.
No, it was Christopher Reeves. Was like and it was like a town full of like little kids. Like all at once, all the women fell pregnant, and they had these like super babies, and like they all had super blonde hair.
Oh no!
Oh, it's a good one.
But one of the horror movies that a scene stuck with me. A scene was it The Hills Have Eyes? When he comes and rapes her in the camper thing out there.
Oh god! Yeah, that movie is.
Yeah, like that and The Wrong Turns. And
oh yeah.
They're like
But you know what really gets me is stuff that could be real, like Hostel. Have you?
Let me tell you about Hostel.
Okay,
tell
me about
Hostel. Hostel scared me straight, right? So I would go to, I did like from like after WWE, WWF, whatever. Then would go to Europe and stuff. So I would literally go out and party all night with everybody, and get on a train and wake up somewhere else and leave off with people, and I wake up in another town and have to figure out how I got there, like like why do I only got one shoe, and how much pounds do I have to figure out the taxi, and have to wave somebody down. But I'd always make my shows, I never miss them. But I would do that. I would just randomly go off with strangers. Yay! Then I watched Hostel, and I was like, oh hell no! I just started holding my booth, watching the room. Like, now I'm gonna go home with my friends here tonight, man. Like, I wouldn't leave from the group anymore. So that movie did me a favor. It probably saved my life. I probably would have ended up more of a statistic soon. Not because I ended up in a hostel, but probably because I just drank myself or got myself in a bad situation somewhere or done something stupid. And so I can say thank you to Hostel for that, but it terrorized me and took a good time. I would have such a great time and everything. After I saw that movie, I was like, I am not waking up strapped down on a gurney for somebody to pay top dollar to act their
torture you,
ghoulish, manifest that, out on me, whatever their fantasies were. Like that poor girl, when they torched her eyeball out, and then she ran, and the trainer, like, Hostel scared me straight. Yeah, they scared me straight.
Scary movie.
Yeah, it was like, see it bubbling out of.
No.
It's just people. From what I remember,
dark web, like they find, they bet on people to essentially kill.
Yeah, they get you. They're like, hey, they got a fantasy, so there you are. They'll come in the room and like, there it is, strap down, go kill them in any way you want, cut them out, or whatever you do, whatever your dark fantasy is like that, and which I'm sure is out there. I believe all that stuff exists. Like, and you say could be real. I believe it is real out there, and it. Dark web. But just think about, not to go a negative route or take it really down, or with the sex trafficking. I'm thinking about that. amount of kids that disappear are uncounted for and stuff.
It's terrifying. Like, I follow the Madeleine McCann case, like hoping for an update. Do you know that the Madeleine McCann case?
No.
So I mean, it took place many years ago. I want to say it was almost the 90s, and a family was vacationing. I don't remember the country, and they were vacationing with a bunch of little kids, and they went out for dinner, which they said was mere steps away from where they were staying. And a parent every 30 minutes would go and check on the kids. And then one time they went to go check, and Madeleine like wasn't in her crib, and never seen again. Like, no hints. They have like, obviously they question the parents, but they have like no suspects. It's so they think it was sex trafficking. I mean,
I think there's more than just that case. I think there's thousands, if not hundreds of thousands.
Well, I guess they.
There's so many specialists trying to come to that, but the other countries. So, and people, I joke a lot about porn here and there. I make jokes, but you shouldn't, because you know what? 50% of those kids are probably somebody, like these young girls have probably been sex trafficked or something in their life. I watched too much SVU to like, it's put a bad seed in my mind about the whole flipping world and everything. And then, so now I have like Anna's a daughter. I like the poor girl. She gets no like rest from me. Like, see this man, that's a bad man, like, watch when this guy comments on your page, it's a bad man. He will. When you put that picture up, watch. I guarantee he's the first one. And she goes, how do you know? I go, because they're bad men.
Yeah, that's so creepy. Ooh, don't be creepy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look into all the cameras. Don't be creepy. Like, just don't do it.
Yeah.
Ew. Anyway.
Well, let's get off this.
Okay.
Yeah, but the hostel, yes, that's terrifying,
yes.
Scary. I believe it could be true, yes.
How about movies like Jaws? Stay out of the way.
Jaws, because I grew up in Florida. I heavily beach activity. I love the beach. I love the ocean. It put a little fear in me when I was younger. But the knowledge I know of the actual ocean, I have a bigger fear than just Jaws. I keep thinking a grouper will come up and eat me. There's like 600-pound grouper or something out there. Come on. You look like a lure or some of the. Who knows what's in that dark abyss of the ocean? I think there's more than Jaws that lurks. But I was scared of the movie Piranha. Piranha scared me more than anything. Piranha. Yes. Yeah, and then the remake one that was in
Piranha
3D.
Yeah, with Christopher Lloyd.
So because where they filmed that, I've been up and down that river, and it's over like not outside outside California, and it goes all the way down, I think, to Arizona, whatever that river is. And I've been up and down that in a boat, swimming in there, and I'm like thinking there was an earthquake, right? And these piranhas came up. Oh, yeah.
No, thank you.
But the first one scared me even more so. The second one was more like, oh, hot chicks on a boat. Yeah, oh, piranhas. Oh. But more hot girls on a boat. Yeah, no, that was kind of like geared like that. But I guess all of them really were beaches. I guess you gotta have some kind of cell besides fish eating people. But but the first Piranha scared me.
Yeah. So I watched the other night the remake of The Fly with Jeff Goldblum, which to me is some of the best practical special effects makeup you will find in any film. And it's so interesting how many filmmakers and special effects people base their work on The Fly. It's so revolutionary. Would you consider that like a scary movie?
Well, did it end with them sitting in the web?
No.
Help me. Like,
I do love that. No. That's not how it ended.
How did it end?
You want me to give away the ending of The Fly?
I've seen The Fly.
Have you seen it? Oh, I'm about to ruin it for you. So, I mean, obviously...
He turned into the...
Yeah, he turned into a fly.
He got caught in a spider web.
No, so like he...
I only watched it when I was a kid.
The final fusion was he fused with the machine that he was in, and he was like... he was already full fly, and then Gina Davis came in and offed him. Yeah.
I did see. I gotta go rewatch it.
Yes, please rewatch it and just appreciate like everything.
I just remember being in a spider web, like stuck. Like
I don't know.
No, that wasn't the case. No.
I don't remember seeing spider webs, but he was definitely like perched in like on the ceiling and like perched and like regurgitating on his food.
My fly knowledge is weak, I guess.
That sounds more like Spider-Man, but I don't know.
Spider-Man spins the web.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's creepy too, though.
Is he Spider-Man?
He's running around in red underoos and stuff like.
I don't know about that. I was like, we're in the wrestling.
So special effects.
Yeah.
The makeup. So I know Raymond's a fan of the Undertaker. Can you take me through the Undertaker years and how he's evolved?
Sure.
Especially you, not me.
Me.
Yeah.
Purple pants and tie.
Yeah. Well, do you think his all right? So, like, say they did a remake. Like, so in wrestling, you said you watched a remake of The Fly, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in wrestling, you're constantly rebooting a character, so you're revamping it in a sense, and this and this, and so go through the evolution of the Undertaker, so it was like very generic when he came out, the red hair and maybe this collar things, but as evolved. I mean, forget the American Badass era and stuff like that.
Yeah, I try to.
Yeah.
I don't know. Listen, I still respect him, and I think it's cool that he wanted to try something different. I think that's neat.
Did you ever hear the rumors that they said that he was they were doing that because he was going to go to WCW? You ever hear those rumors?
I have.
Yeah,
I have heard those.
I don't know if it's true or not, but I've heard those rumors.
I don't know whether that was something we even touched on here. Maybe that's why I've heard it. But I have to say, like, there was a new TV show that they were doing on A&E. I guess Finding Treasures, and so Mark, right? That's his.
Mark, yeah,
okay, so he had an entire storage unit filled with all of his old costumes, and he pulled out. Remember, he did like a Phantom of the Opera mask that kind of. I think that was an interesting time. But as far as like the evolution of the Undertaker, I mean, more and more eyeliner.
See, I dug that. I actually dug the Phantom of the Opera, like sort of, because I did the BlackHarts, and we had all blackface, no eyes or nothing, and then we wore the white mask, tragedy and comedy over it with the black hoods, right? But it was that, in my mind, a lot of that, it was just Bruce Hart came up with it all together. But as I pushed forward with it and stuff, it was more like, because we came out to the Phantom of the Opera with the remix and stuff like that. So it was more like, tragically, we were the bastard sons of Stu Hart, right? But in my mind, as I moved forward with it, we weren't the bastard sons of Stu Hart. As we moved on, it was these tragic characters in life that maybe we were hideous, more hideous underneath, that we would hide our identity monsters, but you just wanted to be, it was a little deeper to that than me.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Raymond, like, you can probably help us with.
But the makeup though changed over the years, so that's why I was getting with like his makeup and like how his eye roll is, which
I can't do.
I tried. I can't.
Try.
I just want to know, like, at the time I wasn't born.
Yeah, because he's such a baby.
Was that weird for, like, did you guys think that type of character was gonna last? Like you guys seeing something like that, like, that's.
Well, I was already wrestling, so I didn't think nothing of it, and I probably, when did that start? Like 90, so
wow.
I was at 90. I was doing a vampire like 90, 91. I was working as a vampire in Puerto Rico, so, and I already done the Blackheart thing, so I was already kind of into that type of characters and stuff like that, and trying to make my difference in the world of professional wrestling, or make my mark, or say, like what Jake said one time to me, it stuck with me. He did a promo for a school. He goes, "The question is, do you want to be a mark, or do you want to leave a mark? Your mark, do you want to be a mark, or do you want to leave your mark? Hey, so you better go down to CCW now, because I'm training there. So come see But so do you want to be a mark or leave your mark?" And then Jimmy Hart taught me something now, and I'm pretty don't hang me if I'm wrong, but Jimmy Hart is the one who gives me this advice all the time. He's always done it, and he brings it up multiple times, especially if I'm not dressed well, and I know he's making a point to me. And I think he said Dick Clark told him this advice: dress like a fan, you'll end up sitting with the fans. So you want to stand out and be different, right? So Undertaker thing, I believe it's just over the top. I think it's fine. I may act like I'm not a giant fan of the Undertaker, this and this and that. It just comes down. It's not that. I loved the whole character and everything. I just didn't like so much when the Brood was in the ministry, because I probably had higher hopes for the Brood to be shuttled on their own and stuff like that, And then when you get consumed in a group like that,
Mm-hmm.
ultimately things will come to an end. But that's not the only reason it all came to an end, but it's part of the reason. So you see it go there. Mm-hmm. So I'm not down on it at all, because I think it was intriguing. It was a great character, most iconic. Probably, I mean, people remember Stone Cold, The Rock, but they're always going to remember the Undertaker.
For sure. For me though, like, I was always a huge Kane fan, and I loved Kane's masks and his outfit. Maybe because he was a little more colorful, you know what I mean?
Black and reds.
Yeah.
Purple's my favorite color, and black.
I do like
purple and black.
too.
So, but the black and reds with Kane was big. Did you like him as Isaac Yankem?
So I honestly couldn't tell you that much about Isaac Yankem, but I'm aware.
You know, I wrestled him, the Christmas tree monster. He was a Christmas monster, a Christmas tree monster. I promise you, yeah. He came out with an extension cord plugged into him. He had green, he had light bulbs on him.
Okay.
Yeah, it was in Tennessee. It's for Kevin Lawler, actually. Kevin Lawler show, Jerry Lawler's son, Christmas tree monster.
Christmas tree monster.
You got to research that. Look up the Christmas tree. It's
I
either Christmas monster or the Christmas tree monster or something like that. Yeah. I'm sure it's out there, and I'm sure there's video. Everybody has video of something nowadays.
Well, what's
but Kane was much cooler.
I'm a Kane fan.
Yeah, I don't know if he was cooler than Undertaker, but together they were great. The rival, the back and forth, the brothers.
The Christmas creature.
Christmas creature. There you go.
Oh, that was fast. He's on it today. Right? Raymond's like, let's go. But what's it like for you as we're kind of like approaching the spooky months, knowing that people want
spooky months? I'm still trying to like not dehydrate during August here in September.
Drink up. Drink up.
But what I love about traveling is you know the spooky months are coming when you go up north, and you start feeling the coolness of fall coming in soon. So then I'm sure by September somewhere I'll feel like we're
almost there.
We're approaching it. Yeah, but so as we're approaching,
what is it like for you knowing how much you've impacted people that they want to dress like you for Halloween? Because I saw multiple people in the comments saying this year I'm going as Gangrel, or people saying they're already have. Obviously my mom went as you one year, so
no, it's I don't realize, like Luna once told me, because one of my favorite things about you is you don't even ever realize that you've made it or was a star or anything to anybody. You just think you're just the same. And so I'm always like, when people go, I'm gonna be you for Halloween, or how was you for Halloween, it always takes me off guard. I don't know if I give them the reaction they want to hear, like, oh, that's awesome, because I'm like, in my head I'm going, why why are you dressing like me for Halloween? Because I never seen myself any other than really like David or Gangrel or whatever, but I didn't see myself as like they see me. I don't see like, and I guess I'm blessed that way because it keeps me humble, because I may have gotten a big head. I don't realize it at some point.
Well, according to your doctor,
according to my doctor, I should be killing people. I have nothing in my brain that supports sanity. Like, I thought he was giving me like Luna's diagnosis, not mine. Like, wait a minute. Like, I'm pretty happy. I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life, as a matter of fact. I am like super happy in my life right now. I actually want to live a little longer now. Before I was like, dead at 30, cool. Better to burn out than fade away, yo. Rock on. But now I'm like, can we extend this a little bit longer? I'm kind of like happy with the ladies in my life, my two girls, Susan and Anna, and everybody around me. I'm kind of like in where I want to be. Socially, I'm happy. So now I'm like, let's not like no burnout, fade away. No, let's just like. Be around so long, people get tired of seeing you.
Don't fade away right now.
I checked you.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, man. People have me in a Deadpool at 30. But, so when kids come, when they say that, I kind of have a look and I go, oh, cool, man. Like, and I still try to digest, like that I have action figures, you know, and stuff.
We're going to get you a Funko Pop. We're going to make it happen.
So
or Funko Pop.
So like I don't see. So I'm always taken off guard, but I'm humbled. So like if somebody comes up to me in the airport and stuff like that, and accordingly every TSA person's a wrestling fan. Everybody in TSA knows me. Like every TSA anywhere knows who you are. Like, but that's flattering too, and it's cool. Like I'll always say hello and. Stop. But when somebody comes up and they say, oh, I'm so sorry to bother you, I always thank them. I go, no, thank you. It's flattering because, you know, when that stops, whether I realize it or not or what level I am, when that stops, I'm going to know it's going to feel different. You'll be like, you know, you might not admit it or not. Then you'll realize, okay, I did get so used to it being looked at in a certain way, you know. And wrestling, it makes you vain, you know, you're worried, you know, you want to be remembered, right? You want to leave your mark, you want to be your mark, right? You want to be your mark or leave your mark. Those things will ring with you. So wrestling makes you, it can make you very vulnerable, very insecure and stuff like that. But I think the reason I survived so long is that I never saw myself on that high of a level to fall, like that I've fallen anywhere. So like my expectation, I just saw myself as this. I didn't think I'm a WWF superstar, you know, like that was a terrible Vince McMahon voice, but
it was okay. Better than anything I could do.
But, I never really I just saw myself as a dude that just was lucky to be there. Like, and, you know, any match I did was a great match, whether it was 1 minute, 2 minutes, whether I was the jobber or enhancement guy, the Black Phantom, or Pretty Boy Dave Heath, or just Dave Heath or David Heath, or Vampire Warrior, onto Gangrel, or the BlackHarts Destruction. Japan, I never saw myself as that. And I think that's kept me humble enough to survive that tumbling fall that I didn't realize I've even fallen, you know. So, but I have realized, and I appreciate when people come to me in the airport, that it does make you feel good. I realize that it puts a little extra pep in your step when you walk off on the water fountain because you're filling your water because you're too cheap to spend $5 for water in the airport. And I go,
Nobody
hey,
spend
girl, you're like, hey, yeah, but I'm filling it in a Diet Coke bottle that I'm drinking, like, so not even a cooler or anything. So you know, but I tell them, I literally say like, thank you, and if they come up and tell me they're just, I say, oh, that's cool, thank you, I'm honored, and because I do realize later in life with maturity and being more sober than I ever been, like you know, drugs and stuff. I still have a glass of wine and beer here or anything. I'm not trying to pull the wool over anybody's eyes. I'll still get out there and drink here and there, but I'm not living that fast lifestyle that it's all a blur. You know, red light, green light, yellow light, whatever. They're all mixed together, whichever direction you go. I don't know. It was just like the lights look like streamers, and that's the way time went by. Now time still flies because I'm busy, but I tend to comprehend everything and see it now, and I take in beautiful things like when I was in LA for the hike, you know, I took in the beauty of hiking the mountains and looking out over the valley, the San Fernando Valley and stuff like that. So when I travel more, I tend to, like, I never looked, I was too busy partying and running town to town, and then to stop and look what was around and the beautiful things and the beautiful people and the different cultures and stuff like that. So now when they come up to me, yeah, I didn't too. Was never rude to anybody. Like I was always honored, but I was always taking my guard. Like, why? What do you care about me? You know. But now I get it a little bit, and it's flattering. But I always thank them. So and I say I'm honored when you dress like me. So I'm honored if you're dressed like me still, and if you ever have. Thank you. It's flattering. It's very. I'm honored.
And we want to see the pictures.
Yeah. All right, Kid Cadet. Apparently. Apparently, Raymond, Mr. Producer dude over there.
Yes.
He wants to try to call us out on your whole trivia thing. You know,
your
trivia. He's got caught wind. Yeah, he's heard you mention a few times. You host trivia. Where do you host trivia?
So I host Mondays and Wednesdays. I have a location Mondays in Pembroke Pines, Florida, and Wednesdays in Miami.
Okay, so you're in Miami and Pembroke
12
Pines.
years I've been hosting trivia.
That's where's it
at? Those places.
What's the name?
Monday night is JT's Bar and Grill, and Wednesday is Old Tom's. Yeah.
Old Tom's. There you go. Yes. So if you're in the area and you want a trivia night, those are the nights Kid Cadet to be out there.
Come out and play.
Come out, Warriors. Come out and play. That's not horror though. Huh? That's just drama, no. Suspense. So I guess he has a game put together for us, and what is it, Raymond? 10 questions.
Yeah. Horror
questions. We have to get 6 of 10 to win.
6 to 10 to win.
And then
actually 10 questions.
10 questions. Okay, we're gonna do this.
So no Pandora's box today. It's just trivia questions.
Okay.
All right.
Are you ready?
All right. I think Pandora's box secretly became this smoke machine.
Oh.
I think that's what happened.
She was getting antsy.
I'm looking over there because that looks awful familiar to but okay.
Okay. Right. Ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. No. Am I? Yeah. I got help. I got squashula. Yeah. And he's got his merch on. Yeah. My FNB Gangrel.com. Fangin and Banger Gangrel. FNB.com. Gangrel.com. FNB Gangrel.com.
Yep. You got there. Okay. So if we know it, should we just talk to each other first or just shout it out?
I'm not gonna know anything, to be honest. So
okay.
So this is heavily gonna rely on you.
No. Don't put that pressure on me. Okay.
First question. Question number 1.
Whoa! You hear the scary door? You hear that? All right. Now I'm scared. It's like Friday. All right. Okay. So,
which movie featured someone being eaten by a large shark?
We just talked about that.
Yeah,
Jaws.
We're gonna go with Sharknado.
No.
Jaws. It's Jaws.
Correct. Jaws.
Sharknado, they came out of the sky, right? Tornadoes. But that kind of was a hit, right?
But they also come on.
I didn't watch it though. I missed it.
I love all the Sharknados. Okay. So far so good. See, you got one. Okay. Next.
In which movie was an individual thrown down the stairs after being possessed by a demon?
Yeah, I mean, that's the only one that's possessed, right? But there could be multiple movies, but
Yeah,
that would be
there
the
could be so many.
That'd be the go-to. I don't know.
Yeah.
They were thrown down this thing. I don't know. Go ahead.
Exorcist?
Correct.
Because that's your go-to.
Yeah.
Possessed by.
Yeah, you say possessed. I'm either going poltergeist. Yeah.
Just didn't remember. I know she went up the stairs backwards.
Oh yeah, the spider walk.
Then,
iconic. Okay. Linda Blair.
Yeah. I had a crush on her too.
She's amazing. Okay.
What movie portrays someone being stabbed to death with a knife in the shower?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Psycho.
Correct.
We were so scared about these. This is Kane.
Yeah, the Bates Motel.
Norman Bates, yeah. Bates Motel.
Yeah.
And also, Psycho is the first movie that ever featured a flushing toilet.
Oh, wow.
I
That's
know.
some trivia there. We never got that on a trivia question.
Yeah. You're welcome. Okay.
Which horror film kills somebody by forcing them to eat too much?
Oh. What's in the box?
Is that it? Is it 7?
Yeah, 7.
Is that a horror movie?
Yeah.
Or psychological thriller?
Psychological thriller.
Okay.
It could be considered horror. Well, it's psychological.
Yeah. Well, either way, we got it.
Because we got the answer, Raymond. We're going to let you slide.
Yeah. Okay, so far it worked. Let's go.
All right. What film showcases death by strangulation with a clothesline in the shower?
Oh.
What kind of clothesline we talking here? Like a wrestling clothesline? No, a clothesline in the shower.
Like a wire clothesline, like a hanger, or like.
Oh, I know it. I know it.
Do you?
Final Destination.
Oh, was it? Which one? The first one?
I don't remember which one.
Oh, because oh yeah, it was the thing.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Is it Final Destination?
Correct.
Yeah.
You guys are freaks.
So I mean, we already won, but yeah, let's keep going. Just to...
No, you guys only get 5.
Oh.
Yeah, but we already won because we got. Oh, we have to get 6. Okay,
Right.
Go ahead. Okay, we're tied. Okay. Now I'm sweating. Okay.
In what movie does someone get hit in the face with an axe while listening to "Hit to Be Square"?
I know this one too. It's
stupid?
American Psycho.
Oh, that's a movie? Is it the movie?
Yeah.
Not series, but okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
American Psycho.
Yeah, she got it. Good one.
Sorry, I'm very excited.
I was just thinking because "Hip to Be Square" made me think of Dean Malenko's and Joe and Dean Malenko's music in all Japan. They used to come out the "Hip to Be Square." Like I was
Such
like,
a good song.
It's hip to be, because they're so like straight looking, Joe and Dean, and "Hip to Be Square." But, yeah.
Ooh, I don't have no faith in you guys with this one.
Okay, okay.
Oh, well, she pulled that American Psycho out of her butt. So.
Which movie kills off the high-profile main character at the very beginning with the gruesome stabbing scene?
At the very beginning? You said movie, right?
Yeah.
Because the first thing that came to my mind was Twisty the Clown from American Horror Story, because they killed off Twisty really quick. A gruesome murder scene at the beginning of the movie.
So it must work backwards.
It's a high-profile main character.
Oh my god!
You don't get any more leads than that. Like
that's what we got.
Yeah.
You guys want a hint?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I maybe she does.
Is there a phone a friend? No, it's okay. I'll take a hint.
I mean, their weapon is a knife. That's their weapon.
Oh.
Well, Halloween.
Halloween? Michael Myers?
Incorrect.
Oh no! What is it?
It was Scream.
Scream. That's comedy anyways.
Yeah, but did you say main character? Because I
said high profile main.
Who's
high profile. It's Drew Barrymore. See, I get the high profile part, but I wouldn't say she's a main character. She dies in the first couple minutes. That's okay. That's all right. We still win.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the next one?
David Arquette can't be horror anyways.
I'm excited for the next Scream movie.
Yeah.
There's next year.
You can't kill David Arquette.
I love that movie.
Yeah, it was interesting.
I love David Arquette. We should try to get him on here. Let's try for David Arquette. Anyway.
All right.
In which bloody film does someone die from an alien spawn exploding on their chest?
Alien. Yeah. Literally said it in the title of the question.
You got the acid, the acid that drips out of there, and then Alien versus Predator.
Yeah, there's my alien.
Yeah. So you wouldn't have pulled for the Predator, though. What, Alien versus Predator?
Well, so I don't know. Like, I'm
Predator was pretty cool. But,
yeah. So Jean-Claude. That's good. So Jean-Claude Van Damme was the original Predator, and he ended up not doing it because he didn't like that his face was not going to be seen or something. Like, he wanted to be more recognizable. And also, in the Alien scene, nobody on set knew that was going to burst out of her chest.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody
and
knew.
Who else
they were
was an alien?
Reactions. You're the guy you like. That we got. That we know. Are we on what? We have one more question?
8 now? 9?
No, 9.
9. Okay. But we already won, so.
All right. Might as well wrap it up with these. Oh, read it, Raymond. What are you doing? You get you a bigger phone there.
What horror film depicts a character smashing their dirt bike into an artificial wall?
Cabin
in the Woods.
Out in the wood. The
Cabin in the Woods.
Cabin in the Woods, yeah.
Cabin in the Woods.
Cabin in the Woods. Because it's there, boom, and he's, we're trying to escape there.
To be square. Okay.
Oh, wow.
What?
All right.
Okay.
What scary movie shows a child dying by way of a sewer gutter?
Oh,
It.
You get the arm ripped off.
Hiya, Georgie.
Georgie.
Oh.
Hey.
You said it.
Want a balloon?
Okay, have you seen both versions, like the original Tim Curry version?
Yes.
And
I like the
Bill
original
Skarsgård?
better. So.
Tim Curry is one of my favorites.
Tim Curry. You know. We all float down here.
You'll float too.
Bye-bye. That's good. No.
That's a good scary movie.
Yeah, it's good. I was trying to get Anna Susan to watch it. Neither one of them watched it yet, but it's really good.
Wait, the new one or the old one? None.
None of them. You
gotta watch it.
Can't ask a question about that movie if you didn't watch it.
How many of those movies have you seen out of the ones you asked?
Like 3.
Okay.
3.
Well,
we didn't cover a whole lot of wrestling today, but we did cover some horror, some fun, and some Friday the 13th and the episode and LA trip.
Yeah.
LA trip. What else?
Well, okay, really quick.
And then I'm not educated on the fly.
That's okay. But there's time. Let's talk a little bit more about CCW because now you've been there for 2 weeks? It's been?
Well, a week technically. I started just last Monday, but I went there on a Monday before to observe things and stuff like that and try to get a grasp of how to attack and approach this stuff. So now I started Monday, so I've been there 3 days. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Today's Thursday? So,
yeah.
So it'll be a full week, but this airs tomorrow. So yeah, it'll be a full weekend by tomorrow. On Friday the 13th. So it's good. Great group of people. I wanted to go. I thought I wanted to go my own route. A lot of support from a lot of people, even like Raymond, to do things. But I think this is a good fit and the best fit for me now. They're really motivated. They want to bring back territory wrestling. They want to bring back, a town every week in the Florida area. They're also doing stuff in Nashville. But they have a great group of young students there. And then I would say 25 of my other students that I currently trained have come over. So Monday's night's class, I looked at the picture and there was like 50 people in the picture, and there was like 5 people not in that picture that were there. And Tuesday night, they're not used to having Tuesday nights, so it's Monday through Thursday when I'm there. If you're thinking about coming out, you can check it out. CCW or CCWrestlingFlorida.com, I believe. But so Tuesday was light, 20, 25 people.
That's light.
Wednesday last night was close to 30, 40, something like that last night. So, but got a structure. We got a system working out, and it's good. I'm gonna be doing some morning classes too. So like next week, I'll do a Wednesday morning class. I'll do that class. I'll go hit the gym, get lunch, come back, and then do a 4-hour evening class. So no home time there. So I wonder why I'm always tired. Yeah.
Besides now you being part of CCW, which is obviously huge, what would you say sets CCW apart from other wrestling schools?
They have a focus and a game plan. And they also been in the South Florida area for 17, 18 years, right? So they've been there. They've weathered storms. They've come and go. They've gone through some really bad times. Like they're just coming off some really bad stuff, and the best way to avoid it is just not to talk about it. But they've cured that problem, and on top of taking care of that problem. They've brung me in to as not a solution, but to help better situations too, as I feel, and it helps better my situation as well. So as a team, we can move forward. But they got great backing. The two owners, Danny, I've known since he's trained. You know, he was in Rusty's backyard. I helped train him. So Danny Ackerman, and there's Nelio. He's Brazilian originally, I believe. And he works out of Nashville in Florida here. So they're running Nashville shows and stuff. So he's very focused on bringing wrestling back as a territory and a regional thing, you know, and stuff like that. So I'm hopefully it all works out. I believe it will. Honestly, I wouldn't be there. So. Yeah.
Yay. Yeah. Well, I look forward to seeing what's in store for the future of you and CCW and all your students. And
I can tell you they got at least 70 shows left throughout the year.
God.
So, yeah. And they got a show in the Kelsey Theater this weekend. So they're Friday. I believe it's either Friday or Saturday in the Kelsey Theater. They got a show. So up in Jupiter area, I believe.
Yeah, West Palm, yeah.
West Palm. So, yeah. So they're cooking with gas and they have a lot of young talent, and then hopefully I can shape them and get them all ring ready and instill some basics in them and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to it. It's not going to be easy, and like anything in pro wrestling, anything that comes great, it's not easy. You got to work hard for it, right? It's just not handed to you. You can be handed something, but to keep it and obtain it and carry it on is not easy. So, but I see a lot of heart and a lot of talent in there, and my students that I trained to throughout the years. Hell, I know some that said they're moving back now because they'll come there. They're going to come back to town. So, yeah, I'm very excited for it and very happy to be there. Very blessed to land it on my feet there, and looking forward to my partnership with CCW. And hopefully we'll see you there soon too.
What am I? Wait. I'd just like to come by and be like, hello.
Well, come on, we're there.
Okay.
All right.
I'm
always
there.
welcome.
Thank you. Did we cover everything, Raymond, or is there anything else you want us to?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So it's been a pleasure having everybody on episode 12 on Friday the 13th. Banging the Bang with Gangrel Kid Cadet. Again, we'll go back over like some of the things. We covered a lot of horror questions. My lack of knowledge of the movie The Fly. Some Undertaker stuff.
We dabbled.
Dabbled. Taker. Papa Shango, Godfather, was in the house. Literally, like, just a smoke, but like,
he was here in spirit.
He was here in spirit, so let's not mislead anybody.
Smoke.
So yeah, Up in Smoke. Cheech and Chong's another great movie. My mama talk to me, tried to tell me how to live. But I don't listen to it because my head is like a sieve. It's my best Cheech.
It's really not bad. I interviewed Chong too. He's amazing.
And, you know, on the last note, as we're getting out of here, I took drama, right, in high school. Like, I couldn't do sports anymore. My girlfriend was in there, so I said, "Oh, why not take drama?" I didn't realize you had to like sing and act and all this stuff.
Were you in a musical?
I just thought it was like kind of like home ec. I could sit in there and just pass the class, you know. Like, my best was called it, just pass the class, cruise the class. But I had to sing, and I didn't know what to do, and then I ended up singing that. Like, I put a tutu on, and I got Monopoly money, and I did the whole thing out of there. And the teacher just shook her head, but gave me a B because she thought I was creative. She goes, "That's horrible singing," though. She said.
What I wouldn't give to be a Jeff Goldblum fly on the wall for that, man.
Yeah, I put a tutu on, and I had the dog making lots of money. I'd stick the tongue out, and I had the glasses. I did the whole thing. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, I don't know why I felt like I needed to share that on Friday the 13th, but that is a horror movie in its own if you vision that in your head.
For Halloween, maybe we'll be Cheech and Chong.
All right, goodbye.
Oh, is that it? Oh, yeah, we also played trivia, another thing we did.
Yeah, and trivia, we covered. Trivia, we actually kicked Raymond's ass in trivia.
Yeah, sure did.
So,
We won. We don't know what
we won.
Don't worry,
we destroyed him. He stumped us on possibly one. And it was a trick question. Because I'm not so sure Scream is really horror. It's comedy.
No, I think it's horror, but she was not a main character.
Yeah, it was not a main. All right, well, she's got it covered.
Anyway.
All right, so want some?
Get some.
Bad enough?
Take some.
All right, thank you guys. See you next time.
Happy Friday the 13th.
Happy Friday the 13th.